Welcome everyone here this evening, and Happy New Year. And I hope this year is prosperous for all of you as well as the town. So we move forward and try to make it so. Anyway, we'll open with the Pledge of Allegiance, and I'm going to ask our town attorney to lead us in the pledge tonight.
Thank you, Mayor. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Next item is the approval of the agenda. I have a modification. I'd like to add section 10. A1 would be a closed session as allowed by North Carolina General Statute 143-318.11A3 for consultation with the attorney. And then I would like to take new business 7B2 and move it down and make it 10A2.
I would like to pull the letter C, the police Governor's Crime Commission grant application from consent, please.
Okay. So we'll move that to old business 4. Okay, so we've got 2 modifications. Anything else? If not, is there a motion to adopt with the changes?
I move to adopt as amended.
Second.
Okay, all in favor, please raise your hand. Oh, yeah, there. You got ahead of me. Okay.
Did we have an opposed? Can we get a show of hands again?
I'm sorry, I
Can we
can't.
get a show of hands for votes, please?
You need a show of hands again? Is that what you're saying?
Because I vote no, not to do.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. My mistake. I'm sorry, Beverly.
That's all right.
Okay, show of hands one more time. All in favor, raise your hand. Opposed? Okay, it passes 3-2. All right. Now we go to school recognition, and we have the student is Nia Long from East Wake High School. So I'll read this. Nia Long is a 9th grade student at East Wake High School. Nia is a special individual. She's a very giving friend and is always willing to help someone in need. She has a very big heart and hates to see people mistreated, often standing up to the injustices that she witnesses. Her hobbies include drawing, painting, cooking, and playing video games. She loves animals, especially cats and pandas. Nia is a member of the Student Government Association. She plans to attend North Carolina State University, where she will study to become a veterinarian. So we'll give her a round of applause when we're at it. All right, the teacher is Ella Hunter. Ms. Hunter has been an educator in the North Carolina school system for 29 years. She joined the staff at East Wake High 16 years ago and was one of the first National Board certified teachers at the school. Her expertise as a National Board certified teacher has demonstrated annually as she receives recognition resulting from her students getting high scores on the North Carolina Career and Technical Education CTE exam each year. She has served on numerous committees such as an advisor for Future Business Leaders of America, NCAE Board of Directors, mentoring for beginning teachers, coaching for new national board candidates, coordinator for virtual enterprise, and coordinator for SST. Ms. Hunter has worked tirelessly to grow her students both academically and civically, as she has spent countless hours promoting volunteerism and citizenship. Ms. Hunter's gifted ability to inspire others to lead to help. Let me start over. Ms. Hunter's gifted ability to inspire others led to helping numerous students pursue community service opportunities at such places as the Juvenile Diabetic Association, where she volunteers as the food coordinator, UNC Television, Salvation Army, NC Food Bank, Wendell Elementary Mentor Program, Habitat for Humanity, and the Eastern Wake Senior Center. She also worked at Southeast Raleigh High for a few years. Prior to moving to Wake County, she worked at Westover High in Fayetteville, North Carolina, and received high recognition for 13 years as a CTE teacher. Before becoming an educator, Ms. Hunter worked for the Department of Labor and NASA Johnson Space Center in Houston, Texas, where she was recognized and received an outstanding award for her performance. Ms. Hunter has a Bachelor of Science degree from Elizabeth City State University and is certified as a Career Development Coordinator. Ms. Hunter will retire this year and believes that failure is not an option for any child that has a contact with her. So that's quite a
Ms. Hunter's right behind you, Mayor.
Our teacher is here. She's
I didn't realize you were here. My apologies. Well, I learned to read. Anyway, here is your award. Yeah, my apologies. All right. Okay. Okay, next is a public comment period. And due to COVID-19, we're taking them in writing. Do we have any submitted this evening?
We did not have any comments submitted.
Okay. All right, the next item is the consent agenda. Recall that we did remove one item from it, so get approval of the consent.
I make a motion. We approve the consent agenda.
Okay.
Second.
And second. All in favor? Show of hands. Okay. All right. Next is old business. We have conditional zoning of 2001, 313, and 469 Green Pace Road. And so I'll call for staff report.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, members of the board. The case in front of you today was heard on the December 14th joint public hearing. It's CZ 2024. The property address is 201, 313, and 469 Green Pace Road. 3 parcels are involved. The cumulative size is right around 34 acres. The existing zoning is heavy commercial. The applicant is Thomas F. Craven. The request before you today is proposing to rezone the tract from heavy commercial to light industrial conditional zoning district. There are conditions attached with this case, and those are attachment 6 in your packet. This went to the joint public hearing on December 14th. Planning board met after the joint public hearing and recommended approval. To give you an idea of where where the property is, it's located on Green Pace Road, just south of this intersection with North Arundel. Zoning map, heavy commercial surrounding the properties with a light industrial to the south. Pictures of the site visit. This is looking north on Green Pace Road. A single-family residence across from the site, a posted sign, another single-family residence across from the site, and an adjacent commercial use to the north. And based off of your recommendation or your approval, here's a sample motion in front of you. That concludes my presentation.
Okay. What's your pleasure?
I make a motion to approve ordinance 2021-50 for conditional rezoning request CZ 2020-04 to rezone the properties at 201, 313, and 469 Green Pace Road from heavy commercial to light industrial conditional zoning district. with the proposed conditions as submitted by the applicant and finding the request to be consistent with the comprehensive plan policies and the land use plan policies.
Second.
Motion made and second. Any comments? All in favor, raise your hand. And motion carries unanimously. Okay, thank you. Rezoning, 601, 700, 703, 705, and 709 East Gannon Avenue.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, members of the board. This is the first of the regular rezonings. It is ZC 2020-01. As you recall, there was a series of parcels that were not rezoned correctly as part of the Unified Development Ordinance update. One in particular, the property owner decided to take a proactive measure and bring it before you before we corrected the other ones. These are specifically parcels on East Gannon, just west of Walmart on both sides of Gannon. It's approximately 37.44 acres, and the applicant is requesting to rezone it from R2 residential to heavy commercial. There's no conditions associated with this, it's just a straight rezoning. As noted, the original reason for this was to correct a technical error that was in the Unified Development Ordinance rezoning of the official zoning map. As a bit of history, this was heard at the December 14th, 2020 joint public hearing, and then the planning board unanimously recommended approval as submitted. As indicated, it is a collection of parcels. This is Walmart located here, and this is East Gannon. It does cover both sides. Originally, when the application came in, these two were one parcel. They've since been split into two, but they're still under the same ownership. As noted, currently they're zoned R2. The applicant is requesting they be zoned heavy commercial, which is consistent with the adjacent Walmart parcel and is compatible with the adjacent industrial parcels. Everything was noted in accordance with North Carolina general statute for public hearing notification requirements, including signage, mailings to all property owners within 150 feet, as well as posting in a paper of general circulation twice before the meeting. The parcels are currently vacant. Staff does recommend approval as submitted, and there's a sample motion for your convenience on the screen.
Okay, thank you.
I move to approve ordinance 2021-51 for the proposed request to rezone the properties at Wake County pins 27057-63716, 27057-67803, 27057732330, 27057734485, 27057752126, 270577617, and 27057850034 from R2 residential to heavy commercial, finding that the request is consistent with section 2.2.24.g of the Town of Zebulon Unified Development Ordinance.
Second.
Motion made and second. Any comments? All in favor, raise your hand. And motion carries. Thank you. Transportation Plan Amendment, Innovation Way.
Okay, this is an amendment to the existing transportation plan. Given the rezoning that you just voted on, staff felt it was appropriate to take proactive action as opposed to waiting for the transportation plan rewrite to be completed later on this calendar year. This is specifically to connect, to amend the existing multimodal plan to connect Innovative Way to East Gannon. The proposed alignment would run just adjacent to the Walmart tract along the north section, and then adjacent to this parcel here up to Gannon, which would encompass two parcels. Reason for this at this point in time is if it's on the plan, it provides an additional, or when these parcels are developed, it provides additional level of access for emergency service vehicles, especially given the uses along Innovative Way are probably some of the most sensitive uses in terms of emergency service access with industrial use, and it's adjacent to an existing K-12 school. Having this alternative means of access onto the site will improve safety for all those on Innovative Way. We're proposing that it be a two-lane divided, as shown in the screen. This would amend the existing transportation plan, and our transportation plan consultants have been notified that if this does get approved, it will carry over into the new transportation plan as well. And I'm available for you. The Planning Board and Board of Commissioners heard this at the December 14th joint public hearing, and then the Planning Board took action and unanimously recommended approval at their meeting following the joint public hearing. I have provided a sample motion, and staff does recommend approval as submitted.
I hereby make a motion to approve the proposed request to amend the multimodal transportation plan to list required 2 lanes divided lane road from east end of Innovative Way to Gannon Road as indicated on the presented map.
Second.
Motion made and second. Other comments? All in favor, raise your hand. And motion carries. Thank you. All right, the Governor's Crime Commission grant application. I'm going blank. Oh, yeah, okay. I'm sorry. My computer's kicking out on me, so I asked her to run, get me some hard copies. Go ahead, you can proceed.
Would you like me to read the information you have in front of you, or can I answer
I think
any
she had a
questions?
question.
I just have questions. It's my understanding that for the most part, when grants are decided to be pursued, that we just go ahead and pursue this. Why is this coming before us as opposed to just being pursued independently?
So this is something that will require funding when the grant project runs out, and I wanted the council to be aware of something that 4 years from now I would be interested in having in our regular operating budget.
So right now, when I read this, it said that the grant funds do not require a match right now.
Correct.
Okay. So which part are you, or both parts you want to consider pursuing down the road in 4 years?
In the 4th year, we will become responsible for the maintenance of the software package. And that's the only part.
Oh, okay, all right, thank you. Do you have an idea of what that will roughly be?
Somewhere between $5,000 and $6,000. It tends to increase about 3% every year, and the costs that are listed for the first 3 years are incremental increases, or small incremental increases. So I would venture to say between $5,500 and $5,600, maybe $5,700 in the 4th year.
And this is just making sure that everyone has electronic access to all of the new rules, regulations, okay. all
Yeah,
right.
and it goes far beyond that. The application will allow us to do, to create forms within it. We'll be able to do our training requests electronically, where now a piece of paper is going from the officer to the sergeant to the lieutenant, and we will be able to track and audit all of that information.
Thank you so very much.
Other questions? Okay, is there a motion to adopt?
Do we need to adopt this?
It was part of the consent agenda,
Okay, well
yes.
then I move to adopt the Governor's Crime Commission grant application.
Second.
Okay, motion made and second. Other comments? All in favor, raise your hand. Motion carries. Thank you. Okay, acceptance of Barrington's Phase 1 roadway and storm drainage infrastructure.
Good evening, Mayor, members of the board. Tonight, try to come before you with some good news to start off 2021 after 2020 being so rough on all of us. That development continues to be strong in Zebulon. This is evidenced by the completion of Phase 1 of Barrington Phase 1. It has a total of 857 homes that will be totally built out. It's 126 lots in the first phase. Barrington Phase 1 has completed roadway and storm drainage infrastructure consistent with the special use permit adopted by this board in 2017-1. It complies with the latest versions of street and storm drainage specifications, plus it has met the City of Raleigh utility standards for development. The planning department has already approved the subdivision plat, which was recorded on October 1st, which allowed the building permit process to begin. Barrington, with the adoption of the resolution tonight, is dedicating roadway and storm drainage assets valued at almost $1.152 million, which will be added to the town's capital assets. Barrington has provided bonds for the final asphalt lift, sidewalks, stormwater pond conversion, and amenity center. These bonds are on file with the planning department. They're valued at $3.2 million. All construction inspection and planning fees have been paid. Staff recommends acceptance of resolution 2021-04. I'm here to answer any questions you may have.
Questions? Okay.
I'll make a motion we adopt resolution 2021-04.
Second.
Other questions or comments? All in favor? Raise your hand. Thank you. Weaver's Pond, Phase 8 roadway.
Yes, sir. As with Barrington, development continues to be really strong at Weaver's Pond. I was out there today. It's amazing, even with a wet day, how much houses and construction is going on. But Weaver's Pond has completed Phase 8, which consists of 69 lots. It's a total of 728 lots at Weaver's Pond. To date, I'm estimating about 470 lots have been completed to date. Weaver's Pond has completed the roadway and storm drainage infrastructure consistent with the 2013-03 special use permit adopted by this board. It has complied with the latest specifications of the town, and it has met the utility standards of the City of Raleigh. The planning department has approved the subdivision plat, which allows for the beginning of building permits. That was done in the middle of December and recorded with Wake County Register of Deeds. Weaver's Pond, as via this resolution, is dedicating roadway and storm drainage infrastructure assets valued at approximately $650,000 to the town's asset list. Weaver's Pond has provided a letter of credit for the complete the final overlay, sidewalks, stormwater pond conversions. This letter of credit is valued at $275,000 and is on file with the planning department. And with all these bonds and credits, they're automatically renewal for 1 year. And to be released, they have to be approved by staff. All construction fees have been paid. Staff recommends acceptance of resolution 2021-05. I stand ready to answer any questions you may have.
Question? Motion?
Recommend approval of resolution 2021-05 for acceptance of Weaver's Pond 8 roadway and storm drainage infrastructure associated bonds with the effective adoption of this ordinance.
Second.
Motion made and second. All in favor, please raise your hand. And the motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. And one last item here is tonight we have for you the North Carolina DOT traffic signal agreement. The signal agreement is very similar to the one we adopted at the Green Pace and the Rental. You may remember several months back. You may recall as part of this year's fiscal budget, we adopted the survey, design, and permitting of traffic signal improvements for Shepherd School Road. We are currently working with WSP on design and permitting process for the improvements at all 4 approaches, as noted in the report. I will tell you, we just received 30% drawings back from WSP that were under review. And as part of this agreement, the town of Zebulon is responsible for the design and construction of the traffic signal. Upon completion, it will be accepted by NCDOT. As part of this agreement, we are also responsible for paying for all their review and inspection, estimated to be at roughly $7,000. And if it does go over, we are responsible for that, so we're responsible for 100% of their cost. Staff recommends that the approval of the traffic and review and inspection agreement and authorizing the town manager to sign necessary documents or his designee. I would share with you, this is a special one that's a little close to my heart, as we've had a member of the Public Works family that has lost his wife in an accident at this intersection. So clearly this intersection and seeing these improvements made is important to Public Works.
Questions?
I'd be glad to answer any questions. Thank you, sir.
So after 20 years, is it, once the useful life of the traffic signal is at its terminus, are we then responsible, or that becomes NCDOT at that point?
DOT's property. Actually, if after day one, once they give formal acceptance, the traffic poles get hit, they are responsible for replacing them.
Even after it ages out, they're
Yes, ma'am.
going to replace
Regardless,
it?
it's their own, we're dedicating that asset for them for maintenance forever.
Okay, well then, I recommend approval of the NCDOT traffic signal agreement on Shepherd School Road and Old Bun.
Second.
Motion made and second. Any questions? Discussion? All in favor, raise your hand. And the motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
All right, Human Resource Office Budget Amendment.
Good evening, Mayor and members of the board. On December 16th, 2020, the Zebulon Board of Commissioners directed the town manager to make improvements to upfit and furnish a new office for human resources. The attached budget amendment funds upfitting and furnishing the new office. And the discussion before the board tonight is whether to fund that upfitting and furnishing of the Human Resources Office, and that budget adjustment is attached to the staff report. I'm available to answer any questions that the board may have.
What was the extent of the damages to the windows, and how are they repaired, and at what cost?
The damages, I might have to pull Chris back in, but from my memory, the windows that are there were put in the 80s, maybe the 90s. The water got in through the window and damaged this seal and around the windows. Those windows have since been sealed, but the damage on the inside was already done.
And so what was the total to take care of the windows as part of the $15,000?
Yeah, it's not broken down that precisely. It's included within the painting price. The painting price includes not only painting, but repairs to the walls that were left when it was used as an office space. There's several holes in the walls, and then the repairs to the window seal is included in that, but I don't have it broken down to that minute amount.
Okay, thank you.
Other questions? Your motion?
Make a motion, we accept the Human Resources Update Suite budget of $15,235.
Can you include the ordinance, please?
Let me find the ordinance number.
2021-52.
At the top.
Make a motion, we approve ordinance 2021-52, which is for the Human Resource Office, budget adjustment of $15,235.
Okay, motion made and second. All in favor, raise your hand. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Board comments, Larry, start with you.
Nothing tonight.
Annie? Beverly?
Happy New Year. I'm just glad to have 2021 start.
Okay.
Well, I'd like to echo Bev's comment. Thank goodness that 2021 is here. please, everyone, continue to use wise social distancing practices, hand washing, and other state-suggested health and safety practices so that we can get through this. And congratulations to our staff members that have received the vaccine and are out in the front lines continuing to work hard to keep our town safe.
Okay?
Just wishing everyone a prosperous and safe new year. We have a lot of things before us, and hopefully we can get through them.
Okay, let's see, manager's report. Joe?
Yeah, thank you, Mayor. I just want to provide some schedule updates to those that might be watching at home. January 6th, so on Wednesday, Zebulon will kick off its membership in the North Carolina Main Street program. That will be available for anyone who would like to attend virtually. We'll have a joint public hearing with this board and the planning board on January 11th. That will finish up the cleanup of the rezonings that we encountered when we adopted the UDO. So there's 3, maybe 4 rezonings that we have to clean up. Staff is initiating those, and there's no cost associated with the property, associated to the property owner with those rezoning cleanups. We'll also bring before the board, both boards for that matter, a commercial building maintenance code. This lays out the requirements of what would be expected of vacant properties downtown to have displays in the window, as well as what is expected as far as the aesthetics and the maintenance upkeep of those buildings as well. And then there'll be a work session on January 20th. This will be off-site. This will be at the Wendell Falls Fire Station. We'll take the governing board through the design process, how the operations of the fire station inform the design process, as well as hear some input from another community and how they engage citizens in the design and construction process associated with their fire station. And with that, that concludes my report.
Thank you. Okay, need a motion to go into closed session as allowed by North Carolina General Statute 143-318.11A3 for consultation with the town attorney.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, raise your hand. Okay, thank you. Opposed? I'll be sure that we don't have that, so I don't overlook it. Okay, we're going into closed session now.